Hi, it's Howard here from HMB Music. This is part 8, how to play the keyboards and sound a bit like Tony Banks. So I'm going to go through some of the key features of Tony's playing that will help you sound like Tony Banks. In terms of look, you could wear a rugby top. Tony wears a lot of rugby tops. Also, nod your head while you're playing to the beat and don't smile. Those are kind of basics. But anyway, getting back to the way Tony plays. The first thing I'm going to show you is the overhand technique. He uses it in loads of places. I'll demonstrate it slowly. So in The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, it's used from the opening. Now he does this to be able to play music and make it sound like he's playing very fast. He's actually playing it fast but not very fast, but by playing notes in between notes it makes it sound twice the speed. So for instance, on The Lamb, he'll go with the right hand, and then with the left hand he just plays a genius 2 notes, and he just plays that repeatedly. If you put the two together alternately, so it's very effective. He does it also in Carpet Crawlers at the beginning. He uses it in lots of places, even in some of the more modern Genesis era. You'll be surprised. It's used in a lot of places. He does it not only on piano, he does it on organ, for instance in Robbery, Assault and Battery in the rather difficult middle section. So that's one thing. Another thing he does is he uses what I call a pivot note. I'm going to show this on the Hammond. I've got a Hammond organ here, and on the, for instance, a track like In the Cage or in Get 'Em Out by Friday or many other examples, he'll keep one note the same, but he'll change all of the rest of the chord whilst keeping that pivot note. So for instance, the chords for In the Cage will be something like an E flat minor to a B flat minor, but the B flat stays, you see. And even later you've still got the B flat there. So that B flat is a kind of a key note in that sequence. He does that in lots of places. He will also do sequences like where the same sequence is repeated. That's a kind of typical Tony sequence. The other thing to say is he'll often play complex chords. So if you've got a left hand accompaniment with a right hand solo, it will almost never be just straight simple chords like a G or a C. It might be a G7, or it might be a C with an added note. Something like that. When I was looking for someone from Trespass, I found that nearly all the chords were strange chords. So the G sharp minor has got an F sharp, and then he changes one note and it gives a beautiful scrunchy sound. So that's another characteristic where one note is added or taken away to create a chord that isn't quite what you'd expect. So lots of complex chords. Don't expect simple chords, and don't play simple chords if you want to sound like Tony. Another key thing is the left hand won't be playing the same notes as you'd expect from the right hand. So if you've got, for instance, the opening of Turn It On Again, you've got the right hand right, so you'd expect the left hand could follow that with a D flat, D, with an E. No, he won't do that. He keeps B all the way through and then plays over the top of the B. So what's clever about that is that the B sound on the left hand has a kind of clash with some of the right hand chords, but that's all part of the sound. He does the same thing on Supper's Ready. You've got the bass and guitar playing a sequence like this all the way through. So you've got, I'll play it just move my camera down a little bit so you can see the left hand. So you've got, that's the bass and bass pedals and bass and the guitar part. But what he does is he plays chords with that. So those create some lovely scrunchy combinations. Another thing he'll do is he will use classical techniques to convey the mood of the piece. For instance, in a song like Ripples, you've got the beautiful middle section. Move the camera down even a little bit more. On the middle section, you've got this. So those broken chords give the effect of a sort of swirling, watery effect, which is all part of the mood of the piece you're trying to convey. And finally, my final tip of the day will be how to get the organ sound right. So unfortunately, there's very few views of Tony playing the organ where you can see the drawbar settings. So here's the drawbars here. There are about a zillion combinations of drawbars that are possible. So that makes things very difficult. If you do get a glimpse of Tony with the drawbars, that helps. But what he often does is he uses a particular way of playing the Hammond. He won't tend to use the fast Leslie. This is what a fast Leslie sounds like. You get it in a lot of gospel music and theatre music and, you know. So he doesn't do that. Well, he doesn't slide up like that, which you get in sort of jazzy playing. He tends to instead play the slow Leslie. So the slow Leslie means it's just rotating very slowly, this revolving speaker. So here's the fast. I'll take the Leslie off so it's running slowly. And you get an ethereal. So you get a slow Leslie, and that's what he uses. He often, in later Hammond sounds, he uses a chorus pedal and a phaser pedal to recreate the Leslie using effects pedals rather than actually playing a Leslie speaker, which I guess was a bit more portable for some gigs as well. But I think he did that just to create his own unique sound. Oh, one more tip, one more final tip, going back to the piano. Tony puts chorus on everything. So he made a joke once about why he doesn't play real pianos. It's because they don't have a chorus pedal. That's the joke. If you're a Tony player, you'll get the joke. So here's a normal piano. I'm going to add chorus. Already it sounds more like Genesis. So please like and subscribe.